0-2 count. Runner on second base. Jones will go towards third base. Donaldson, who's going to tag him, and gets the out. And Manny Machado didn't like it, and they're having words. Machado slammed the helmet down. He thought that Donaldson hit him a little too hard. Bobby Dickerson moves in to get Machado out of there. Bullpens will get their only exercise of the game as they come in. You don't usually see that play in the infield, Mike, where the infielder tags the runner rather than throwing to first.
Right, and Donaldson, he said, well, Manny's right here, so I might as well tag him. He kind of tagged him, gave him a little punch there in the stomach. And Manny ended up getting off balance, and I think obviously took offense to that one, making sure of the tag.
First time these teams have met, always good to keep things interesting right from the get-go. 2-1, Hayes.
Well, what do we got going on here? Telling Adrian to get Adrian to move out of the way. Oh no, Adrian! Oh boy, he's just been ejected. Kicked him out of the game. Come on! Wow. That is one of the strangest things I've seen. And now Jeff Bannister out. Well, now Bannister's been ejected. Once he was told move back to the batting circle or get in the batting circle, he said, "Okay, I'll just move it over here."
Wow. It's 18-6. Jerry Davis is one of the senior umpires in the American League. He's in his 34th year, and he must not have any sense of humor. The conversation continues between Beltre and Davis, with Bannister in between, trying to make sure that Beltre doesn't get suspended for anything he might do here.
I think Chase Utley might have just got thrown out of the game. Huh? Chase was talking with Ramon De Jesus, the second base umpire, about something. Maybe it was about the infield fly rule call. And all of a sudden, he threw Chase out of the game. Wow. Take a look at this angle right here. Chase and Ramon are having a little discussion. Chase trying to get his attention right here. Ramon looking over, and they're just talking about something. Chase backs up after saying his piece, and all of a sudden, watch the umpire's arm. Wow. Just threw him out.
There's Trout. 15-game hit streak against Kansas City, including that gigantic home run in Kansas City last year. And one in Game 3 of the playoffs last year.
That's lined right back up the middle of base hit. A missile. Ventura kind of staring at Trout. Not quite sure why. And Trout's got his arms out, wondering the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Ventura that threw up and in on the previous pitch. Good luck with that battle. There's a base hit out to left center. Trout will turn and head to third. Kane bobbles the baseball, and Trout is being waved in. The throw to the plate is not in time. Albert ends up at second.
Yeah, they'll have some words for Ventura right now. Attention, here we go at this point.
Bench is clearing here. Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire, to his credit, doing a heck of a job. They're keeping everybody calm.
Well, look at Pujols right in there. Came right in from second base. Didn't like what Ventura was doing with Trout, not only with the line drive, but afterwards.
But credit Jim Wolf and Adam Hamari, the first base umpire. Here come the bullpens, and it's just kind of have to. But those two guys trying to keep both benches at bay.
I mean, there's no reason for Ventura to even say a word to Trout. And I don't blame Mike for when he came in to score that run, especially when you have that pitcher right at home plate, right next to you.
Because Ventura clearly kind of lost his head here. And for no apparent reason. He's got a cruising at 7-1 lead, throwing the ball well.
Boy, if you're a pitcher, you're dealing. You don't want to wake up this team. The Angels can come back in a hurry. 45 comebacks last year, and the slide in, Ventura's right there.
And staring at him again.
Yeah. Wise decision by Perez, too, and Wolf.
It seems like, usually a first place club would be, at least around 500 on the road, and really did. Look at this. Look at this. And Lester, his body language has not been good. He's very frustrated.
And Andy Fletcher's trying to get. I've never seen this. Have you?
No, and David's got a chance of being ejected here. Fletcher wants to say his piece to John Lester. Yeah, you're right. I've not seen this.
It's usually a player being held back.
And Fletcher saying, "I've had enough. I'm not going to take it anymore." There's been a lot of, double takes, looking in, questioning. And especially if you're a home plate umpire and it's early in the game, you try to set the tone. You just don't want to put up with it. Home plate umpires generally will take a little bit more from hitters than they will pitchers.
I think Joe will not finish probably until he gets the thumb here. Joe did not get kicked out, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now, there were a couple of pitches in this sequence that Lester was really displeased with.
Well, when we look at the Xfinity pitch tracks here, see the one borderline pitch, that first one, that one was clearly off the plate inside.
The line on to Shields. And he skies one to, right behind second base. Panic, waving his arms, makes the catch, and that will do it. So Odor's single goes for naught. The Rangers strand a runner. We have finished fourth, and the Rangers are going to have a little discussion with Madison Bumgarner, who's not very happy about what's going on. And Adrian Beltre is a little irate right about now. Maybe not as irate as Bumgarner is, but he didn't really appreciate Bumgarner pointing at him and screaming. The teams kind of eyeing each other. And Bumgarner having his last say as he walks toward the Giant dugout. Rangers circling the wagons by Adrian Beltre. And Bumgarner looking at Shields, and that's going to draw a little irate reaction from a pitcher when a rookie does that to you. Bumgarner upset about it, and he lets somebody know. And that's what you have to do sometimes. Well, that'll do it. Rangers leading 6-2 after 4.
Cesar Hernandez made this final play at the end of the inning. He tags Daniel Murphy, who didn't seem too happy at the time. There was nothing wrong with the tag by Cesar, and then a few moments later, cooler heads prevail, and Daniel Murphy says it's his bad. I think that's almost like adrenaline.
Yeah. Get caught up in the heat of the moment.
Bogaerts will lead it off. Bogaerts has had a big series. The 4 for 8, couple of runs scored. Moreland and then Young will follow. .333 batting average for the Red Sox shortstop. Gosman's delivery to him, and he didn't mean to do that. Oh, he threw him out of the game.
You gotta be kidding me.
He threw him out of the game.
Oh,
Now remember, there were no warnings given, so this is a decision by the home plate umpire that the pitcher threw at him intentionally. There were no warnings given.
On a slider, a 77-mile-per-hour slider that backs up on a cold night. Sam, get it right, Sam. Come on. It's too late, though. You can beg and you do whatever, but this is all about what happened last night and what happened in Baltimore. Caleb Joseph knows he wasn't trying to hit him with a backup slider.
No, I mean, we always try and be fair about these things, obviously with a slant a little, but there is no way Kevin Gausman wanted to hit him.
Well, now and again, not Sam Holbrook's been around a long time. There are umpires and there are people in the baseball world, maybe never pitched, but they think sometimes the way you get around throwing at guys is to actually throw a breaking ball. But please, we had Sale throwing 97, Barnes throwing 96, Rodriguez trying to hit him. Bundy plunked the Betts. At the end of the day, it's a cold night. This is the first breaking ball he throws. And what? I mean, it just backs up. And he throws him out. That's a knee-jerk reaction. And again, it really hurts the Orioles. That's the bottom line here. You got your starter. Now somebody's going to have to pitch. Bogart says, you know what? I could have got hit at 98. I'll take it. It's a slider. And you could see Kevin trying to plead his case, but he's gone.
We just cannot get this series back to baseball.
No.
I think he's made the adjustment because he's looking in here.
Slowly hit. Bumgarner is going to grab it, flip it to Belt, and they got him. And that's a great play by Belt. And Bumgarner says something to Puig, and now we go. And I've not seen bullpens run this fast in my life.
Well, there's about 70 ball players out there. I mean, this is just inevitable. It's going to happen someday between Puig and Bumgarner. Kane and Samardzija, I mean, they're two big boys right there, and Bumgarner was kind of throwing them around like a couple of rag dolls. Getty over there. I mean, there's some big bodies on the field.
Well, I don't know what started it, but it doesn't take much between those two.
Great play right there. I mean, that was great. Then Bum looking at Puig, Puig looking at Bumgarner, and then this maybe just a bad look.
The 2-2, and then he doubled, and whoa! By hitting Parra, they're going to throw Kershaw out of the game. Holy mackerel. The plate umpire is Bill Welke. That ball hit him in the elbow, says Barajas. Oh my gosh. We wondered about what would happen tonight. Kershaw going for his 19th, and Parra, the hitter, who doubled. And now Clayton nails him, and he is kicked out of the game. You might wonder, Kershaw has now hit 3. Mattingly is livid. Barajas was the first to really holler. That would have hit him on the elbow. And Welke interpreted and said it was intentional. Of course, that was the cloud over this ball game, and there was a lot of pressure, not on Parra, but whoop, now Mattingly's been kicked out. Well, that figured. What a frustrating night. Here is Kershaw. He's pitching a one-hitter in pursuit of his 19th victory. And he gets kicked out because Kershaw has a pitch hit Gerardo Parra.
Third, nobody out. And this is over the head. Actually, must have hit the bat of Kareem Garcia. And a foul ball, and Garcia immediately pops up and screams at Martinez.
Yeah, that was perilously close to his head. Martinez hitting Soriano and Derek Jeter. The last time the Yankees and Red Sox played in a 2-1 game won by the Yankees back in August. Now Joe Torre.
Well, they warned both benches.
I guess it must have nicked the helmet. I thought it hit his bat too.
I thought it hit him in the back.
Really?
It was behind his head.
And Martinez now pointing. That's the wrong thing to do. That's inciting right there. Trying to get himself under control. was not even close.
You talk about looking for a reason.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. Don Zimmer and Pedro Martinez. Oh.
That's awful.
Don Zimmer, a 72-year-old man, went into Pedro Martinez's face, and Pedro Martinez threw him down.
That's terrible. Awful. That is absolutely awful.
The barrel of the bat comes back at Roger Clemens, and he fires the bat back toward Piazza, who is going down the first baseline. That is all Roger Clemens there. A moment started by, created by Clemens. And thankfully not much more on the field than these two benches emptying, and the players now in a mode of standing around and trying to sort out what just happened. That was surprising.
Joe, there were a lot of people who defended Roger Clemens when he hit Mike Piazza in the head. I was one of them. In my view right now, Roger Clemens is dead wrong. You can't take up the better part of the bat, the fat part of the bat, and fire it into foul territory near Piazza. Obviously, Piazza didn't mean to do that. My gosh, that's a blatant act. Foolish, foolish. Man, that is, I'll tell you, that is a blatant act right there. Piazza has every right to be upset. Wow.